The whole Christmas story is about God's refusal, absolute refusal, to be isolated and detached from any one of us, any one of those whom God loves. And no one is excluded. But sometimes it seems better to keep God at a distance. Times we really don't want God to get too close to us, because it can make us very, very uncomfortable. Do we really want God to know our thoughts, our words, and our actions 24/7? It's much easier to keep God in church. God keeps his place. We definitely don't want God listening to our conversations at work, looking over our shoulder on our computer, hearing the exchange of anger with our spouses, knowing our true feelings about someone with a different ethnic or racial background. Today's gospel tells us that the heavens are opened. In fact, Mark's gospel is even stronger. He says the heavens are torn open. They're ripped open. Like the curtain of the temple at Jesus' death was ripped open. Because nothing will separate us from the love of God. But be careful. Because when the heavens open, things change within our lives. God interrupts the way we do things. In fact, God has a way of interfering with our agendas and invades our privacy. God meets us where we are and looks into our minds and our hearts and reminds us that at our baptism, the Spirit of God's love hovered over each of us also, just like it did over Jesus Christ, over his Son. And if we listen carefully within our heart, and within the spirit of our lives, we can hear the Lord speaking to us. You are my servant. You are my chosen. You are my beloved. So the Spirit enters our lives, giving us the power to create an alternative vision of the way things can be. Giving us eyes to see, ears to hear, hearts to hope, minds to know. And if we use those abilities, we can make a difference when God takes possession of our eyes and our ears and our hearts and our minds. Every day we need to ask, how can we use our life as servants, as the chosen, as the beloved? How can we use our lives in serving God's project in this world? Every day, how can I be more immersed in making my acre of God's world a better place for all people? Jesus lived and died true to his identity as the chosen and as the servant, as the beloved, to bring justice to the nations, to all the nations. We heard that and listened to the first reading and the second reading. Not by stomping on the bad guy, but transforming our world, bringing new life, new hope, new trust, new promise, so that those blinded by mistrust and indifference could have their eyes opened. Those chained and oppressed by hate and anger and violence anywhere in this world, those deaf to God's word and God's vision for this world and for them, can begin to hear, even slightly, the sounds of justice and love and peace. There's a lot of voices that call to us, wanting us to listen. Who we listen to will determine what we hear. What we hear will determine what we think of ourselves. And what we think of ourselves will determine our future as citizens.